Hello and welcome to Clearing Explained, brought to you by Leeds Beckett University. I'm Stephanie Hirst, and it's an honour to be back with you once again this year, as I was here this time last year. In the next hour, I'm going to be explaining all about the clearing process and how you can best help the applicants in your life to navigate this journey, because picking the right university and the right course is a huge decision, isn't it? Maybe they're concerned their grades won't be what they were expecting. Maybe they've got better grades and want to see what else is on offer, or perhaps they've just had a change of heart in these unusual, crazy times that we're all living through. I'm going to be joined by some brilliant experts from Leeds Beckett University who'll be able to answer all of your questions. I've also got a great list of things to ask here, but, and this is a really big but, if you have a specific question, please pop it in the live event Q&A, and we'll do our very best to answer as many as we can at the end of this event. So if something during the course of the next hour pops into your head, pop it into the Q&A live session, and we'll get it asked at the end of the session. Now, Leeds Beckett University has just got the results of a big survey all about clearing. They commissioned this as they want to really understand what parents are thinking when it comes to clearing. And the whole idea of university this year, after an unprecedented 18 months, not just for education, but for the whole world. Now, some of the themes that came out in the survey, no real surprise here, were the cost of university, worries about debt, and also value for money as well. Though more than half of parents thought the benefits of university education still outweighed the cost, and more than 2/3 think that going to university will help their children earn more in the future. And I love this one. A huge number of parents want their children to follow their dreams, because that's what this is about, isn't it? Following your dreams. And as I always say, believe, achieve. If you believe it, you can achieve it. A massive 96% hope they study something they're really passionate about. And as well as this survey, Leeds Beckett always listens to feedback from current students and their families too, about what could have helped them through clearing so they can make things better each year. So let's get cracking and get underway, and let's welcome Deputy Vice Chancellor Tracey Lancaster. Good afternoon, Tracey.
Hi, Steph. How are you?
I'm really good. Now we're here talking about clearing, but we also have to mention that other C word, COVID. Education's been really different over the last year. I mean, what will studying look like at Leeds Beckett for students starting this academic year?
So campus at the moment is a hive of activity. We've got lots of staff on campus reopening the campus to make sure that we're able to offer face-to-face teaching come September. We've got some early birds joining us at the beginning of August. But yes, we're making sure that everything is in tip-top condition so that we can do that face-to-face teaching. However, over the course of the last 18 months, we've learned quite a lot about how blended working can help learning. So we've worked with our students to identify those areas where blended learning still works. So there will still be some blended learning, but only where it's really important to help the learning of the students themselves. All of the facilities will be open, so sport, the Students' Union, all of our sort of soft activities, so your cafes and bars and so on will also be available. We're hoping it'll be a full university experience. And because the economic recovery is going to take some time from COVID-19, this is a really good time to be investing in your future, to be looking at how education can really improve your employment opportunities for the future.
And why is Leeds Beckett such a great place to come to for clearing advice?
Well, we've got long experience of clearing and how it's changed over the course of the years, and we combine a number of different routes to make sure that students can get the information that they need, because you want your child to get the very best outcome for them. You want some bespoke advice. So we've got 3 ways in which you can access that. We've got online activity, we've got our chatbot, Becky, and we've also got our experienced humans as well online. So it's a fully integrated, personalised experience that really combines the best of digital communication and human intervention.
And what courses are available through clearing?
Well, I've got a little list here, Steph. So we've got biomedical sciences, we've got business and management, psychology, Criminology, where the students get the opportunity to work on cold cases, so looking for missing people. Brilliant opportunity there to really combine your learning with how it will operate in the working world. Fashion marketing in our new flagship £80 million Leeds School of Arts building, which is just stunning. Sport and exercise science, amongst many other different subject areas in our £45 million Carnegie School of Sport. Again, that's open during the pandemic. Looks fantastic. Looking forward to being able to get into that building, as well as teaching and education, which we have a really strong worldwide reputation for.
So people watching this afternoon, why should they choose Leeds Beckett?
Okay, so there's a number of different reasons. First of all, the quality of the education. So throughout the pandemic, we've made sure that we have maintained our curriculum, maintained our portfolio of courses, and made sure that we've continued to deliver the learning experiences for our students. And I'm really proud of both our students and our staff. We've got it where exam periods just finished. We're looking at those results at the moment for our own students who are graduating, and we've got some really strong results coming through. Just testament to the dedication of our students and the dedication of our staff. As I've already mentioned, there are some fantastic facilities, new facilities on campus, and we're making sure that we've taken this opportunity to give everything else a spring clean as well. So the campus will be looking great come September. We also offer work-ready experience. So we have relationships with genuinely thousands of employers who input into our portfolio, input into the learning outcomes. And for students, say, in one of our schools like Built Environment, you see a very high percentage of them going into employment at the end of their period of study, because of the relationships that we have with those employers to make sure that what is learnt is current and that people are ready for the workplace, if you like. We've also increased our investment in student support. That's been really important over the pandemic, but they're not just there to help people who are in crisis, in mental health crisis potentially, but also to make sure that people maintain good mental health. So there are sleep workshops there are stress workshops, all sorts. And of course, there's the city, fantastic Leeds city, all sorts of different opportunities there, which is also a really safe city. It has a purple flag safety award. It's diverse, it's compact. They're a great opportunity for employment, great place to live, and it's a growing economy as well.
Yeah, if anyone watching this afternoon has never been to Leeds or been in Yorkshire, it's an incredible county, isn't it? And Leeds is such a vibrant city.
It is. It's fantastic, and as I say, it's really making a strong recovery from the pandemic. It's really good to see people out on the streets again.
Thanks so much, Tracey. Now let's hear a little bit more about the nuts and bolts, I suppose that's a way to put it, isn't it, about the process of clearing. We're joined now by the Head of Admissions, Denise Dixon-Smith. Good afternoon, Denise. Welcome along.
Hi, Steph.
Can you explain what clearing is and how it works for people who are watching this afternoon?
Yeah, sure. So clearing's the opportunity for our applicants to secure a university place at this stage in the application cycle for entry this September. So clearing can be used for those applicants who, for whatever reason, have not met their conditions of offer for their original choices, or if they choose for whatever reason to decline those choices that they're holding. Can also be used for new applicants, so may not have decided until now to start your university career. You can apply now via UCAS. If you have already applied and you are eligible for clearing, it will tell you this in your UCAS track account. So don't worry about it. You will know what your status is when you log in. If you are eligible for clearing, it will tell you there'll be a big button there waiting for you. And this clearing status means that you are able to contact other institutions who have vacancies to obtain a place on your chosen course.
And Denise, when does this start and end?
Yeah, so clearing actually started last month for those applicants who are already in receipt of their results. Maybe they've taken a year out, a gap year. So they can apply now. As we can only make unconditional offers through clearing, you need to make sure that you have all your results. So you've got to have your level 3 qualifications, maybe your A levels, as well as your GCSEs. So for the majority, clearing will start on Tuesday, the 10th of August from 2 p.m. But if you're waiting for your GCSEs, then you will need, and you need those for your course, you will need to wait until Thursday, the 12th. It's just a couple of days. Yeah. And clearing remains open until mid-September, though those more popular courses may fill up before this.
And what about insurance places as well? Because do students have to accept their insurance places, or can they, I guess, change their minds about their plan B and look for a place in clearing?
Yeah, so applicants don't have to accept their insurance choice if this is no longer the route they wish to accept. Applicants are able to do what we call self-release into clearing, which means they go to their UCAS track account, select that option. In doing this, they are directly putting themselves into clearing, and so again can look around for a different course, a different institution, or that has vacancies. It does mean that you are giving up your place, so make sure that that plan C is in place before doing so.
And how quickly will they know if they've been accepted?
Okay, so if you've been in contact with our clearing hotline or via our live chat or Becky chatbot, we will make you a verbal offer, and we will send you an email within minutes of that conversation ending to confirm that you have a place with us. That is a secure place, and we will then formalise that through the UCAS process once you submit that application.
And interview-wise as well, would there be an interview? If there is an interview, you know, how could they prepare in getting this together so they word smash it?
Yeah. So we will only interview where there is a professional body requirement to do so. Right. So if this is the case, we'll send you full instructions and in details of what we'll cover in that interview, what you need to prepare for. So don't worry about that. We will give you that instruction, full instruction. All interviews will be conducted virtually at the moment. If we're looking for a piece of artwork from you, perhaps we may ask you to upload a portfolio of work to our website. But again, we will send you all that detail.
And Denise, what happens if maybe they want to appeal their grades because they're not happy with them? What happens if they choose to resit, or in this case, maybe sit for the first time their exams? Can they actually defer their places?
Yeah, so applicants will have a 1 or 2 week window in which to submit their appeal, depending on the type of appeal, following the publication of the results. If we are able to confirm their place, regardless of the outcome of that appeal, we will do so. So, you know, if you've got the grades for our offer, we will confirm your place. If you still wish to resit while studying with us, then we will do our best to support you if you want to, you know, if you want to do better of those grades that you've got, we will support you, but we will need to do that on an individual basis. For deferring a place, again, we will accept deferrals. You do need to meet those offers of condition for us to do that, but yes, we would be happy to defer your place if you choose to do that.
If you've got any questions at all that's popping into your head this afternoon, don't forget, get them in the Q&A section, and we'll ask them to our panel of amazing speakers this afternoon. Big thanks to Head of Admissions, Denise Dixon-Smith. Our next panel member this afternoon is an incredibly experienced person with clearing. It's Associate Director of Marketing and UK Student Recruitment, Charlotte Renwick. Good afternoon, Charlotte. Welcome along.
Good afternoon.
Now, people watching this afternoon, how do potential students contact universities to find out about places?
Yeah, well, as you would quite rightly expect, we obviously have our phone lines. So that's 0113 812 3113. But we recognise actually ringing and speaking to people on the telephone isn't everybody's first choice. So we also offer information and offer making through live chat. We have our chatbot where you can literally put in your grades and the courses that you're interested in, and it will be able to make you an offer. And we also take lots and lots of inquiries over social media as well. Our aim really is that whatever channel is most comfortable for students who are in clearing, we want to offer that and make it really easy.
And Charlotte, when do the phone lines and live chatbot open?
Yes, so on A-level results day itself, Tuesday the 10th of August, we will open our phone lines at 8:30 a.m. and they will run till 8 p.m. The rest of the week runs from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. So that's for our phones, our live chat. But Becky, the chatbot, runs 24/7. She can do her thing without anybody actually operating her using AI. So you can actually start using Becky whenever you like. And, you know, if you want to get an offer at 2 a.m. in the morning when you can't sleep, then absolutely you can do that.
And Charlotte, can they only apply to one university through clearing, or can they apply to, say, a few and then decide where they want to go?
Yeah, absolutely. You can collect a number of verbal offers from universities. So there might be different things that you want to think about. You might want to get a handful of offers initially and then take just a little bit of time to think about those options and try and make sure you make the right decision for you. It's important to ask each university when they make you an offer how long you've got to formally respond to them. They will usually give you a couple of days at least, but they all might have slightly different time frames. So that's an important part of information for you to collect as you're collecting those offers. One of the things we would recommend where it's offered is that you attend a clearing campus tour that the university is offering it. We start our clearing campus tours on the 11th of August and they run throughout August. So you can come along with your family, with your household, and in your household bubble, be taken around our campus, some of the key buildings, and talk to a current student about their experience. So once you've got a few offers to think about, you've got a chance to really explore those a little bit more before you then decide which one you're going to go ahead and accept.
And as we heard from Tracey earlier, you know, Leeds Beckett has so much to offer and it's such an amazing experience. So it's definitely worth getting a campus tour, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's lots of virtual tours on the website, but if you can come along, we'd love to show you around for sure.
So once they've decided which university to go to, what happens next?
Yeah, now here's the really important bit actually, because there's loads of advice there about how to make your clearing phone call and how to get ready for it. But actually what we have seen is that students get a little bit lost after they've received their verbal offer. So what students need to do is go into their UCAS track account and they actually need to refer themselves to the university that they've selected. You won't actually see popping up on your screen those offers. You will need to go in, find the university you wish to choose and refer yourselves to us. We then get that information back from UCAS and we can do all the formal processing of your application from that point.
And I guess a really important part about uni for many students is living away from home for the first time. For some, it's incredibly exciting. For others, it's very daunting and scary. How does this work with clearing? Is there any accommodation available?
Yes, and we know how important the accommodation is. It's really something that students get excited about, and you know, it's a big part of the experience for quite a lot of students. We have plenty of accommodation for both our Headingley and our city campuses. We make sure that we have an allocation for clearing students, so we have a range of options for you to choose from. Once you've decided to accept an offer that we've made you, you can come to our clearing site and you can actually go ahead and go through and book your accommodation and see the options. You can also give us a call and we can talk through some of the finer details if you need a room with disabled access or any additional requirements. We're here to make sure that you get the accommodation that's going to suit your needs.
And if someone has second thoughts or, you know, they've changed their mind, can they apply for a different course altogether through clearing?
Yeah, absolutely. And we see that actually what's really interesting is in the run up to results day, we see people having a little bit of a play with the chatbot, and we might see the same student put in, you know, apply for performance and, you know, biomedical science. So we know students do quite often reconsider their options. That's absolutely fine. The piece of advice I would give is you might be speaking to an admissions tutor. It might be an interview course. So changing direction is fine. Just make sure that you've got a little bit of a story to tell about why you're interested in this change of direction and what interests you in that subject.
I guess it's kind of working out what the right course is for you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the first piece of advice we would give in this situation is do what you love. You know, what do you enjoy? What are you interested in? What's going to kind of excite you and motivate you? I mean, I know if you choose any course at Leeds Beckett, you're going to have a wealth of opportunities for employment and enhancing your employment. You're going to be doing a course shaped by employers. So you will all get this really fantastic student experience. So when you think about your course, think about what you're good at, think about what you enjoy, because university really is a fantastic experience. And, you know, students who pick something that they enjoy, you know, we can see them really thrive as they progress.
Thank you so much, Associate Director of Marketing and UK Student Recruitment. So Charlotte Renwick was with us this afternoon. I'm joined now by Rob Rattray from LBU Schools and Colleges team. Good afternoon, Rob. Welcome along.
Hi, Stephanie. Great to be with you.
Likewise. Now, we've been hearing what a great opportunity clearing can be, but we also know that it's really stressful for some young people as well. And this year as well, after everything we've been through, results are a bit different. What if a young person in your life who's watching is really worried about teacher assessed grades, how they're worked out? How will they know they'll be fair? All of these questions are running through their heads.
I think it's one of the great interesting challenges that we've had for this particular year. So the good news for teacher assessed grades is that students will only ever be assessed on modules and areas of learning that they've actually studied within school or college. And I'm sure none of you have been through this when you've turned an exam paper over and said, I don't have a clue what that is. So hopefully that will be completely avoided for everybody that's going through that process. And the teachers in schools and colleges should have actually explained this and explained to the student, this is how you will be assessed. And that assessment will come from various bits of coursework that they might think is appropriate. There may be testing within the class. And I think one of the barriers that we have when we talk to students is they're concerned about their relationship with teachers and is that going to affect things? But actually there's been very stringent criteria that all the schools have to meet with this. And so we have to make sure that there's a standardization. And then the final sign-off is from the head teacher, just to make sure that all the teachers have done things the right way and the best way for the student that they possibly can. And that does include, I should add, that those that may be on free school meals or don't have access to technology that may have hindered them in some way. So there's a number of things what we call mitigation, just to make sure that they're comfortable with the process. However, still, sorry, just very briefly, just the reason we moved the results day forward is if they're still not happy, they can always appeal as well. So this is designed to get them through what we all understand is a really difficult time for them.
And Rob, what support can applicants get from teachers and school or even college careers advisors?
I think they're always going to be a great resource, and in many cases they really will understand the student. But what they can always do is advise, and they can present an awful lot of options. And I think that's the great thing about what we do in higher education, that there's a real ownership of your educational career now, that we can present as many options, but now is the time to feel excited and empowered. And that's the kind of thing that careers advisors can do. They can spend as much time with students as well. And I would always say, if you are worried, talk to as many people as you possibly can, because they're brilliant. They're just brilliant. And if any careers advisors want to work with us directly at Leeds Beckett, they can always contact our schools liaison team on 0113 812 5907. And we will gladly spend any time talking to any teachers who have got particular questions as well.
That's 0113 812 5907, a slightly different number than we gave out earlier. We will repeat all the numbers towards the end of our session this afternoon as well. Rob, lots of people have missed out on lots of teaching this year due to bubbles bursting and teachers isolating, all sorts of stuff. It's really been up in the air, hasn't it? How can they prepare for studying at university?
Okay, so I'd like to give this answer down two channels, but it goes under one umbrella, and I'll give you a web address if you don't mind, folks, and that's www.leedsbeckett.ac.uk/LBU virtual experience, because I think we have to look at the academic route as well as the experiential social route. So on that site, you'll find a number of tools to make sure that we're prepared for academic study. And I recommend with anything we do in life, the more we practice those little moments that we have practicing our study skills, then actually we won't be overwhelmed by what we're going forward. So although this summer period, there seems a lot of things going on, if you can take 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, just looking at your study skills, building up your note taking, even if you're just watching television, and just seeing what the expectations are from university, I think that's really important. The other side of things, sorry, very briefly, the other side of things on this website also includes, making sure that you've got, you're fully prepared for university. So can they cook? Can they cook? Can you spend some time in the kitchen? I went to university without being able to cook, which is why I'm only ever willing to appear on camera from the shoulders down now, because I just ate fast food. That's exactly it. So those little things will go an awful long way.
What's that web address again, Rob? If people want to see that.
Yeah, sure. It's www.leedsbeckett.ac.uk/LBU virtual experience. And I really recommend it. There's some fantastic stuff there for everyone.
And if anyone's concerned they might end up in clearing, what can they do to prepare before results day?
I speak to thousands of students every year, and I want to start off by saying this group of students are fantastic. They really, what they've overcome and what they've seen, I find them astounding. So they've always got to have the ability to back themselves, to be confident. But confidence comes from knowledge, and the more we know, the more confident we can have going forward. So I'd just like to remember the end goal that the student may have. If they want to be a barrister, if they want to be a physiotherapist, it may well be that there are barriers in the way at the moment that they didn't anticipate. But that doesn't mean those things are never going to happen for them. They've just got to look at what other ways round. And sometimes things go wrong and we have to take a longer route. But also I'd recommend that they pre-register on our clearing website so they can find out before the phone's actually open what options are available at Leeds Beckett, and they can express their interest, and we can look forward to working with them going forward from there.
And that web address is, of course, leedsbeckett.ac.uk/clearing, isn't it? That's where you can pre-register. That's
correct.
We've spoken a lot this afternoon about the clearing process, and hopefully we've answered a lot of your questions and queries. Thanks to Rob Rattray from LBU's Schools and Colleges team. I had a few questions coming whilst we've been live as well. Please, if you've got any questions, stick them in the chat box, and I'll field them out to our team of experts this afternoon. I've got a question for Denise, actually, which has just come in. My son will be nervous on the day. Will I be able to ring around universities for him once he has his results?
Yeah, so normally we would like to speak to the applicant directly, but we do understand that there may be some nerves. So what we would suggest is if you need to speak on your son's behalf, if perhaps they could be on a speakerphone next to you so they can give you their consent for us to chat with you. If your son has already applied through the main cycle, he may have already put you down as his nominated person, so we can speak to you on his behalf that way. But otherwise, yeah, give us a call and we will sort something out.
I got a message for Charlotte here. When are the campus tours available, and how do we book a place?
Yeah, you can just go onto our clearing website. There is a tab for campus tours, and you can just go ahead and book. You'll choose your day, you can choose your allocated time slots. They start the day after A-level results day, so they start on the 11th, and then they run every day for about 5 or 6 days, but we also have them running throughout August as well, because we know students who are not coming through clearing but perhaps haven't had a chance to come on campus are also very keen to do so. So I actually had a quick look before this event at the availability. We've still got plenty of availability for campus tours in August. So yeah, either before you get your results or once you've been in touch with us after A-level results day, please come along, book your place, and we'll send you all the details you'll need to prepare for coming to visit us in person.
Amazing, thanks Charlotte. Denise, another question here for you. My daughter is waiting for her A-level results as well as resit results for some of her GCSEs. Will she need to wait for both sets of results before she can actually ring?
Okay, so Maybe not. We definitely need your GCSE, your A-level results. But if you just check the website, do we need your GCSE results to confirm your place? And if not, then we will be able to do that before the GCSEs are issued on the Thursday. So just check on the website as to whether or not it's required as part of the offer that you've received. But if not, we can do that beforehand. We can offer you a place before.
Yeah, another one's just coming here, Denise, as well. Can I apply for a place in clearing and then defer it so I can start next year?
Yes, you can. Again, for most courses at Leeds Beckett, we will defer your place to the following year, but it's not the same for every institution. So you will need to check their websites as well, just to see what their policy is.
Thank you so much to our panel of experts this afternoon, Tracey, Charlotte, Denise and Rob. Leeds Beckett University is an incredible university. You know, as we talked earlier about the campus tours, if you're thinking of booking one, pop along to the website as well. You'll be able to find out all the information at leedsbeckett.ac.uk/clearing. You'll find out all the information and details about how to get in touch there as well. And I guess thank you all so much, and happy clearing. And it's been an honour to be with you all this afternoon to help this kind of minefield, which it can be in your mind, can't it? I guess, Tracey, a Vice Chancellor, I guess it can be a minefield, can't it?
It can, but I just wanted to return right to the beginning of what we were talking about, what you were talking about earlier on, Steph, actually. Which was that in that YouGov poll that 96% of parents wanted their children to do something that they are passionate about. They wanted them to study a subject that they were passionate about. And I just wanted to link that with another just piece of data, which is the majority of jobs out there don't need you to study a specific degree. Obviously, you'd rather that your doctor had actually studied medicine rather than, you know, snorkeling or something. But the majority of jobs, you don't need to have studied a specific degree. So do follow the thing that you're passionate about, because it will make all the difference to the experience that you have at university. We have over 170 courses here to choose from, so there will be something there that really lights that spark for you. And I wanted to say thank you to you, Steph. Really appreciate the time that you've given up today. Thank you.
Always. It's yeah, I when you were just talking about some of the clearing examples earlier, you know, biomedical sciences, business and management as well, criminology as well, as you mentioned earlier, where you can get to work on real live missing people cases in the cold case unit as well. That is truly incredible, because you make a difference, don't you, doing that. That's right.
That's right. And it's a great way for students to prepare themselves for a world of work. And I think that's where things have changed so much over the course of the last few years. That for me, I mean, going to university, it was a kind of end in itself. But now our students, and this goes back to what Rob was saying, our students are hugely well informed. They really have got clear sense of their direction of travel, or they're open to all sorts of opportunities in the future. And because of that, because they will have done their research, they'll make the most of clearing. And in many cases, it's the parents and supporters that we're asking not to panic, because the students themselves have got a really clear idea of where they want to be heading. And that sense of seeing the way that your degree can then open up your work opportunities to you, they've got a really clear sense of that now, which is really pleasing to see.
Anything you'd like to add to that, Rob?
No, absolutely. Just to echo everything that Tracey said. Like I said, I applaud the students who've gone this process. They are very impressive people, every one of them that I meet, and it's just exciting to see what they're capable of. And I think that's what makes this whole process exciting. And I wish them all the best of luck, because I can't wait to see what each and every one of them go on and do.
Amazing. Thank you to everyone who's joined us this afternoon for our live session. Again, if you've got any other questions we've not covered today, please do go to the clearing pages on the Leeds Beckett website, which is leedsbeckett.ac.uk. And that number again as well, 0113 812 3113. That's 0113 812 3113, and that website again, of course, is leedsbeckett.ac.uk parent/clearing, where you'll find more information and details of how to get in touch. Thank you so much and happy clearing. Good afternoon, everyone.